This CBD infused cream provides targeted comfort with a zesty, refreshing scent. Find your relief today at ktapothecary.com.
This is the chairman and the artist, where vision meets creation. Let's talk. And we're live. Good morning, everybody. Or actually, it's afternoon over here in Reno, Nevada. This is Rafael from Stingray Tattoo, coming to you from Reno, Nevada. The chairman and the artist. Today's guest is Rain. What's your real name? Or is that your Instagram name?
That is my real name and my tattooer name as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is Rain from Tucson. You in Tucson, Arizona? Before I started making more mistakes.
Yeah, Tucson, Arizona.
Okay, Tucson, Arizona. And today we're going to be doing a little interview on, how she get into the tattoo business, how long she's been doing it, what kind of hobbies she's got. So let's start from the beginning. Where are you from, or where were you originally born?
I was born in California, but I came to Tucson when I was like 4 years old. My family lived here, and we just wanted to be closer. So I grew up, lived here many years now.
Many years. When I go down to Tucson, it's so hot compared to Reno, Nevada.
It is.
Man, and it's just brutally dry heat.
Yeah, I prefer that to humid heat, though. So
I can, yeah, humid heat is worse. Do you have a tattoo shop? Or you work in a tattoo studio? What's the story there?
yeah,
Maybe we can plug it in.
I've worked at tons of tattoo shops. This year or last year in August, I recently opened my own little studio. I call it Sphynx Inx because I'm obsessed with Sphynx cats. I have 3 of them.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, it's just a small studio, just me, working.
Just you by yourself. How is that? Is that a little better than working with others, or?
I really miss working with others just because you can bounce ideas off and stuff like that. So I don't get to do that as much, but I appreciate having my own space and making my own rules and stuff. It's nice.
Yeah, sometimes, just to make a little simple campaign about, hey, we're going to do this for Valentine's, we're going to do this for an event, can become more of a headache than getting things done, right?
Definitely.
All right. Other than tattooing, do you do body piercing or just tattooing?
I just do tattooing. I'm still learning very slowly how to pierce. It's not my main goal, so I just kind of focus on tattooing right now.
All right.
I hope to eventually start working in the body modification field, but I'm not quite there yet.
Okay. Well, I see that you have your tongue pierced. I mean, your tongue split. And that's a pretty wicked or really, how can I say, freaky part of the tattoo world, you know?
Absolutely.
I haven't done mine, but I only have a half-inch barbell in my tongue back in the day.
Dang.
I always thought of doing the split, but man, that looks a little painful. And probably the healing part, it can't be that great.
The healing
How long did it take to heal?
Yeah, so the healing process was the worst part. It was 10 days of pain, super pain. But honestly, my neck, I feel like healing my neck the first time around was worse for me. So,
All that solid black that you got there?
yeah.
That looks pretty cool. It looks pretty rebel, my point of view.
Thanks.
Are you gonna be doing the next tattoo show in Tucson coming up, or you got other shows that you've been looking forward to?
I hope so. I hope to do the next expo. The first one that I did was really, really fun. I had a great time. But yeah, I don't know. I hope to do some more expos, get out a little more.
Cool. Yeah, I'm over here. This coming up week or week and a half, we're gonna be. Oh, there's your little guy. We're gonna be doing an expo over at Ladyland.
Nice.
So I'm gonna try kind of like a new lighting feature. It's kind of like a square cube, and it's gonna have lights above, so you don't have to bring your lights. And hopefully, we have more room in the station to tattoo, because some of those tattoos stations are pretty crowded.
Yeah, no, the lighting takes up a lot of space with the tripod and everything. So that would be a really cool thing to have.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how many people are gonna either laugh at me or, yeah, your shit is cool. I don't know. Some of the times I present some of these products to the industry, I get, shitty reviews or, man, why are you wasting your time on that? But sometimes I gotta try different things, weird things, like that little table. I hope you like it. I hope you're using it, that little
Yeah.
peak one.
Yeah, I still use it to this day.
Good. It should be lasting you for the rest of your career. Now you should be able to travel with it. And if it gets too beat up in 10, 20 years, you can always powder coat it again or have somebody spray paint it. You can fill it up with stickers or whatever. But
Yeah.
I designed those things to last a long time.
Yeah, definitely. It's withheld a lot of rough conditions and traveling and stuff like that. It was a little heavy at first to take around. After I got used to it, it's perfect.
Good. I'm glad. Sometimes I need to get a little feedback, I don't know. I get feedback from my guys, but it's also good to get feedback from perfect strangers or people that I have no ties to, just so I can, you have no reason to lie to me. Where
Yeah.
some of these guys, I thought they were lying to me just to kiss ass or not get fired. I also wanted to see if you have. I see you do modeling. I see you post a lot of your modeling pictures. And you're more than welcome to let me know who your photographer is so we can give him a plug, or let me know who your modeling agency so we can plug them, or anything. That way, this is just to promote us and to promote you. I'm
Cool.
trying to give a little space to tattoo artists or entrepreneurs. Sometimes it's really hard, especially if you're there by yourself. Right now, advertising has become such a competitive thing. It's not easy to get people's attention nowadays.
Definitely.
So,
Definitely.
what are your cat's names? What do you name them?
Oh, my first Sphynx that I got, her name is October, and she is a terror, but I love her. And then I have two other Sphynx. One of them's name is Potato, and she's blind, and then the other one is named Mama.
Do they get along? Do they
Yeah.
do they fight in the house?
Yeah, they get along.
Right, right now, I have no pets. I used to have a French Mastiff. He passed away. I'm a dog person. I couldn't handle cats. We tried a cat, and that fucker was stalking us, scratching us. It was just a mean little guy, so we had to give him away. We're not cat people.
Yeah,
We're more dog people.
my cats are pretty friendly. They're super nice and cuddly. They're losing their minds in the house right now, though. Behind me and right in front of me, they're running around being crazy.
Well, they're probably, why is she paying attention to this guy? Why is she doing a video right now? This is our time. Are you working at your place or are you just at your house?
I'm at my house today. I worked earlier this morning. I'm an early bird, so I like to get everything done pretty early on in the day.
What kind of hobbies do you do other than tattooing, or what kind of things do you do for fun?
Yeah, so I like to model, obviously. I love taking pictures. I love dancing. I love to draw, obviously. I also like playing video games and going to concerts, and that's like my hobbies.
Cool. Do you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, or what's your relationship status right now, if you don't mind talking about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So my boyfriend, he's a musician. He's a little bit younger than
Okay.
me, but we've been friends for years and years, and then just recently decided to start dating. Like
Okay.
a year ago, we decided to start dating, and it's been really amazing. I have a terrible track record with relationships, and this one has been like a complete 180 to what I'm used to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really lucky right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, because sometimes it can be a little lonely if you don't have somebody in the tattoo world.
Definitely.
You get busy with that, and it's not easy to take time for yourself. You're always here and there, but yeah, it's good to have a companion in your life. I've been married for 36 years, something like that. I stopped counting after 30.
It's a long
Yeah,
time.
that's a very long. I got three daughters and two granddaughters. So
How beautiful.
oh yeah, nothing but females in my house. Sometimes I gotta get out of the house so I can, just get away from all the what can I say, the back talk to each other and just girls being girls. And I need to go to the shop, hang out with the guys for a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
over here at Tidal Wave Tattoo, if you guys can see. My buddy Jay owns Tidal Wave Tattoo, and so I get to come over here and do some podcasting and also try and promote his studio. Right now, I do a little part-time tattooing here because I'm
Thanks.
concentrating more on the tables and chairs. I'm trying to promote. Hopefully, my chairs will pick up again. The reason I started the podcast is actually because I lost my Instagram. My fans, yes, I lost everything. So I'm trying to get my followers back. I'm trying to interview different artists. I found this cool ass app. It's called Riverside. so I can interview people from different parts of the world. I don't have to fly them in or get them in.
I love that.
And also it's really cool for people that want to advertise their studio or they want to have a banner in the background. It works pretty cool. I like it myself. I think it's a good investment. I was using just my fucking computer with this program called QuickTime Player, and then I was doing my editing on iMovie. But this fucking thing, apparently this is going to make us look like little babies in the future. I may have to do a little clip of with us looking like little kids. I don't know if you're cool with that.
Yeah, that's fun.
And we can this app has that ability that you can grab a little clip and it has to be under a minute and you put it to a filter and now suddenly we're like little kids talking.
Oh,
We'll see
that's
what
so
we look
fun.
like. We'll see what we look as little kids. So I'm kind of excited because you got to follow the trends. You got to do what people are clicking on. It is so weird changing from old traditional methods to right now online TikTok. And
Yep.
I don't have the curves. I don't have the thing. I'm a male and I'm also in my 50s, 55. So it's really hard for me to try and do goofy things or do dances on TikTok or Instagram. So fuck it. The best thing right now is put my heart out there and on podcasting. And hopefully I'll get quite a bit of different connections with different artists. How you guys getting along in Tucson? Do the tattoo community get along or is there like don't even talk to me?
It's a miss. I've met people that have been really tight with the tattoo community and then other people that really are isolated from it. So it depends. It's all about, I guess, how well you play with others. And I think that goes for any industry, you know.
Yeah, I mean, when I started tattooing, it was very secretive and don't share your secrets, don't tell this. Now everybody's sharing secrets. I had a couple of people call me gatekeeper. You're one of those motherfucking gatekeepers. I'm like, hey, motherfucker, I was just following rules and regulations back in the day. But nowadays, they got no more rules and regulations. Everybody does whatever they want. And so for me, luckily, I've been trying to adjust. I've been keeping up with the computer stuff. But I feel bad for some of these old timers that are not computer savvy, or they don't want to set up an Instagram or a TikTok because they consider it a waste of time.
Right.
But how does social media help you out? Does social media work for you?
Yeah, social media is a great place for me to connect with my clients. I do find that it's difficult to stay on top of the trends also because I just haven't ever really been that person who is really good at that. So, I struggle with that a little bit, but I'm trying and I love sharing memes for my clients because all my clients are kind of goofy, silly. So, I always share memes and, we connect through that.
Yeah, I see. Like you, I don't know how can I say it. Your style is more like a little bit on the dark side, bloody gore is like your writing style or some of the fonts that you use, almost like for death metal music or death metal cover music.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
What kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to all kinds of music. I guess my music taste spans from hard rock music to reggae to, classical. I don't listen to country. I've never been a country listener, but yeah, I listen to all kinds of stuff. What about you?
There's only a couple of country music a couple of country songs that I like. I like Hank Williams Jr., the old guy, or Hank Williams, the old guy, the senior. I like, I don't know if he was country, but Johnny Cash. But no, as a Mexican, it's hard for me to relate to the U.S. country. I like Mexican country, but from Mexico, or
Yes.
norteña music, or Mexican music that is country, our country music. But for me, I just never got fit into the country. I like to listen to reggae. Death metal is my best music or the one that I want to go into mosh or get my anger out.
Nice.
Then I listen to everything. For thinking, I like to listen to classical. That way there's no words and I can get some work done. I'll put on some classical and I call it my thinking music and then I sit there and try and draw or get to do a painting. And that way I don't get distracted. I don't, no lyrics, no nothing and just really especially if I smoke the fuck out, I'll smoke a big blunt and then I start doing an oil painting and stuff like that.
I
But
love
that's my choice on music. What about when it comes to Netflix or YouTube or what kind of what kind of TV do you watch?
I love like Renaissance-y stuff. So like Game of Thrones and stuff like that has definitely been my favorite thing to watch. The other thing is I'm a typical girl and I watch true crime a lot. That's it.
I'm so crying.
That and scary.
That confuses me with females because I like to watch other females in torture devices or this or that. And like, oh my God. My wife watches a lot of that. And when I go in, it's like, man, why do you like seeing other people being tortured? No, you don't understand. They're doing what they done to this girl. It's like, yeah, I don't want to. I feel bad for those people. You know, I can't watch that. I can't even watch dogs fighting because it makes me
Oh,
mad. It makes me frustrated.
no, I can
So,
never.
you know.
I can't watch anything animal related because it hurts my heart too much.
Well, especially for me, for dogs, when I watch a lion and a hyena, that's Mother Nature. And it's like, I don't interfere with that one. I can kind of enjoy a zebra getting killed by a lion. It's kind of like, well, that lion's got to eat to me. But when I see, you know, a pit bull attacking a little dog and the poor little girl's trying to get that pit bull off of them, oh my God, I just got to scroll. It's like, no, no, I don't want to see this. Very dramatic for me. I can't stand that, and I don't understand why even the algorithm shows me more of that. The
Yeah,
ones that trip me out are the cougars. I don't know if you've seen a cougar come in and take a dog and stuff like that. It's like holy shit, and they're very, oh my God. I don't even want to think about it. We should talk about something else. I'm already freaking myself out. I might go back to Tucson for the next convention. I'm gonna hopefully bring a new chair model and also gonna bring in the new lighting. This year, man, I had no money and I actually sold the chair. I had no money. I had no advertisement. I forgot all my business cards, my stickers. The time that I went so unprepared, I actually sold something.
nice.
I'm really glad to Sublime that's over there in Tucson. They purchased a chair from me which
Nice.
helped me out. I'm trying to change the subject because I'm still disturbed by those things. Let's see what else I can ask for, and hopefully you're not too nervous. I know that it's last minute notice, but glad that you say, hey, let's do one right now. And if you like this, we can kind of do this once a month. I like to kind of keep up with the people. If you
Yeah,
guys got anything to advertise, that would be awesome.
I would definitely like to do this again. I would like to do it in my shop next time. I didn't even think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was hoping that you were going to be in your shop. I was going to say, hey, can you show my little table in the background, or maybe do a little tiny. Hey, I'd recommend you guys get one of these, but I figure, oh, she's at home. It's not gonna happen.
I could do that next
But
time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll get together next time. And this is an icebreaker.
Yeah,
A lot of the people that I've been interviewing, they're like, what the fuck are we gonna talk about? We don't even know each other. Well, that's the best thing. I don't know you. I want to find out about you. I want people to know who you are, what your interests, not just your clients, and more people out here in the world can get to know what you're inspiring to be, or what your dreams are in the future when it comes to tattoo studios, how many you want to own. Do you have any dreams of running a big crew or anything like that?
definitely one day, but right now I'm just trying to focus on learning as much as I can and becoming the best tattoo artist that I can be.
Cool, cool. Yeah, it's a long journey. Right when you think you got it, it can be like, fuck, man, I could have done better on this one. I could have done better on that one. And you're your worst critic. You probably do you real nice pieces, but we're our worst critic. I'm not happy a lot of times with my work, but the client is happy. So as long as I get paid, but in the back of my mind, I keep thinking, I wish I could have done this a little better. I wish I could have done that a little better.
I can relate.
And I think there's a lot of us that go through similar stuff.
Sorry, my
Who's
cat.
uh who's been doing who's
Go.
been doing your tattoos? Who does
Okay.
your tattoo work?
Yeah, so I have a friend named Maddie. She did my. I'm wearing a wig right now. My head is shaved, and she did my head. She did some of my neck. I have a few people that are doing my tattoos, but
Cool, cool. I just wanna you can plug him in. I'm trying to like, hey, you should guys go check out this guy or that guy. That's what we're trying to do. Give plugins to local artists or anybody that you think it needs a plugin. Or you after this you can send me their Instagram and stuff. That way I can put it on the descriptions and the descriptions of the last one. That way I can put their links on the descriptions
Yes.
and stuff like that. I'm learning how to do YouTube podcasting. This is going to be on Spotify also, so I'm learning how to do Spotify, and at the same time, I'm learning how to fucking edit this with this new app. So it's hopefully our podcast will look good, and we'll have some views, and you can tell your friends, and as we do this in the future and stuff like that, hopefully we can become a little more friendly and help out each other. That's all I try to do is help myself. I am greedy, but at the same time help others, promote them. It can be sometimes hard promoting yourself every fucking day. And have you done podcasting before?
Yeah, but it was for other line of work. It wasn't for tattoo stuff.
Okay. So was it intimidating with them or was it easy?
It was pretty easy. So it was for, I don't know if you're gonna want to cut this out or not, but it was for like adult entertainment. So I feel like it's a lot less pressure in
Hmm.
in the adult entertainment industry than it is in the tattooing industry.
I am talking to an adult, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're good.
Yep.
So the word adult industry is not bad. We just say you're an adult and you do work for the adult industry. There's nothing bad with that. We're not using derogatory words or anything like that. I'd be more scared if you were younger than the age, and then you're like, oh no, we gotta cut this. No, you're an adult. You should be able to talk about your adventures and stuff like that without so many details. That way, we don't, I don't get red flag with YouTube and lose that one too. It
Oh
was
yeah.
really sad when I lost 18,000 followers on my carry.
Ah, Jesus.
It hurt, and I didn't know how important Instagram. I'm one of those person who started Instagram not knowing the power of it,
Yep.
and now that I miss it, that was my that was all my clientele. Sooner or later, some of these fuckers were gonna buy it. A lot of them were waiting to, save some money and stuff like that. And some of my stuff is a little, I don't know if that tip was as good as it is. They didn't want to spend the money on it. It's a little pricey. But I built stuff to last. I'm trying to build something solid and also design for tattoo artists. So that was my thing. But now I'm gonna fucking hopefully I can make my media and bring my clients back to fucking podcasting and get them to know a little bit about me, because even when I go to conventions, I just look like a salesman. I'm handing out everybody business cards. I'm not popular in the tattoo scene when it comes to magazines or shit like that. I wasn't a winner, I was more of a follower. But I do have a brother who's a rock star in Mexico. My master was a rock star. Back in the day, these fuckers are legends. They're still legends to this day. And it's really hard for us to stand out in the crowd. There's so many of us right now in
Yeah.
the tattoo industry. Unless I start wearing wigs or start doing really something, it's hard. And lucky you as a female, you have a little more to play with, and you have a little more to entice people, get them to look at you. It would look awkward for me, but I'm glad that, I got other ways to get attention from people. One way or another, I'm gonna get people to fucking know who I am. And one way or another, hopefully I can change the tattoo industry with my tattoo chairs. Because I really hate seeing people hunched over all day on a massage table, and their backs has got to be hurting after a while. Your neck is gonna hurt after a while.
Yeah.
You can probably do that when you're young, but what about when you're old? It's gonna be a lot of strain. If you ever think that, like, just to let you know, you're gonna be doing this for the rest of your life. You know that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That tattooing, by the time you'll be 30 years into it, 20 years into it, you're like, what the fuck, it went by fast. And it'll be hard for you to switch to other kinds of work just because tattoo pays, I call it stripper money. We
It
get paid
is.
stripper money. We
It
get
is.
paid good money, fun money. I don't want to go to work home early, and I was always there at work early because going to work was hella fun. It's hella fun for me where I see other people dread going to work.
Right.
How is it for you?
I 100% agree. It is very similar to stripper money. It is a great time. I make my own rules. There are times where I'm, stressed out or whatnot, but it's not like a regular job, and I have to remember that I am blessed to have the job that I do.
Yeah, and you get paid for your talent.
Yes.
You kind of become you become a product. I mean, for me, there was times I'm tattooing and I would have, hey, Raph, we brought you this guy. The guy's blindfolded and I'm his birthday present. I was supposed to torture this motherfucker for the next 3 to 5 hours. And he didn't even know that I was going to be his birthday present after I go home. Motherfucker, I'm a product. You know, it's for Philly, but it's almost like weird, knowing that you become a brand, you become a product, and tattooing, nobody else can do what you do, right?
Right.
Like just the same with us, with me. Is I tell people, if you want RAF, you have to pay RAF, and you have to come to RAF. Nobody can replace me.
Yeah.
Somebody can get something similar to my work, but if you want to get tattooed by RAF or have the experience of what this guy's gonna talk religion, or he's gonna talk politics, or he's gonna tell you goofy stories about his travels. I try to entertain my clients when I'm tattooing them, or sometimes I interview them. I get to find out what they're up to or what kind of things they do, just so I can keep them a little entertained as I'm hurting them.
Yes. I
You
like to
seem
sing. I
to
like
do
to
the same.
sing to my clients.
You sing to your clients?
Yeah.
You're a singer too?
A little bit. I dabble.
Oh, that's fucking cool. Man, that must be a way cool experience for a client. Not only was she doing this cool dragon, but she was singing this badass song for me, or to him, or her. That's gotta be fucking awesome. What kind of songs do you sing? Can you sing one right now, or is it just you have to have the music?
I'm too scared to sing right now, but maybe next time.
Okay, no pressure. Like I said, this is an icebreaker. I'm just getting to know you a little bit, and hopefully, I don't come too intimidating, and hopefully, we can build a relation and friendship, and then that way we can cross-reference, help out each other, or whatever.
Cool.
I told my friend, hey man, I'm gonna have homegrown. Go see if I can get her on. That's why her. Well, the tattoo world, they need freaks. And the way I hate to call you that way, we're freaks. And with the tongue and everything, it's like she belongs in that category. Hopefully, I don't mean it in a bad way.
No, I wear it proudly. I am happy to be called a freak.
Okay.
I'm proud of it.
Okay, good. Like I said, and no disrespect.
No, no, not at all.
That's one of the things that really attracted me to this job. That I would meet all different walks of life, and I would meet some of my clients who were freaky and stuff like that. So it's like, oh shit, I was just feel about it. Like I have a client, I'm gonna interview her, but it's a him. It's he became a her, and I used to tattoo her, or well, her. I used to tattoo her. Yeah, and she gets mad when I call him a him or hey fucker, don't call me that. I'm a lady now. So it's but it's a great client. I tattooed him for 20 years plus. So and I never knew until one day he showed up and full transition. And I'm like, what the fuck is that you? Yeah, man. Are you playing dress up? What's going on today? This drag queen week? He said, no, fucker. Here's my ID. This is for real. I said, oh, shit. Holy shit. Well, in that case, congratulations, because he was really afraid that I was going to exercise him.
Right.
He thought that I was going to tell him, get the fuck away or something. I'm like, nah, bro. Welcome. You finally come out of the closet. You're finally free. So it's pretty trippy, and I can't wait to interview him or her, Jessica. I can't wait to interview and find out more about his transitions and his struggles and everything that this person's gone through. So in the tattoo world, that's why I find myself in a way open-minded and very curious about all these clients that I meet.
Right.
I'm pretty sure you have something similar, right?
Absolutely. My clients are awesome. They're crazy. They're different.
And do you think you attract more of those also because of your style and the way you are?
Definitely.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. Have you ever heard of Burning Man?
Yeah.
Have you been to Burning Man?
No.
You should. It's 2 hours away from Reno, and if you can, it's almost just as hot as Tucson. It's in the middle of a desert, and I think you would fit right in. If you like the arts, if you like big sculptures and a lot of freaks, a lot of fun stuff, go to Burning Man. I highly suggest you make a trip to Burning Man.
Maybe I'll
Yeah.
go this year.
Yeah, it can be a little spendy. I'm hearing the tickets are up in the $800 or $500.
Oh, that's not so
or
bad.
something like that. And then, you gotta get your camping gear, or hopefully somebody's got a motorhome or somebody. And but if you can, you should at least try Burning Man. I highly think you fit right in, and you really enjoy it. Especially bring your photographer. That's a photographer's fucking in heaven. There's so much to photograph out there. Everybody's playing dress up on a daily basis. You would be like, what the fuck?
I love that.
And there's so much sex freedom. You can have all kinds of sexual experience, all kinds of how can I say, interchange with all kinds of different points of views. You
Yeah,
can walk into a camp where they're doing a seminar on how to play with adult toys or stuff like that, and you walk into another camp where they're doing a blowjob seminar.
that's
It's
awesome.
just, it's just, it's fucking cool. You should really, I think you would really enjoy it. You would really fit in. Me and my wife went 5 years, and fuck, it's like it'll change you. It'll really change your experience about life. You'll probably wanna keep coming back every year. You can always stop by Reno, say hi to us, and you wait to Burning Man. It's pretty cool. Do you go to any festivals?
I haven't really gone to too many festivals. I'm not a festival girly. I'm kind of just enthralled with my work right now. Going through a transitioning period where I'm figuring out how to run a business, how to be the best tattoo artist I can be, how to be in a healthy relationship. So it's a lot. It's a lot of transitions right now.
Oh, yeah. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay, you're way young. Yeah, you got your whole life ahead of you and everything. How old were you when you left the house or when you started doing things on your own?
I was 16.
Shit, you really started early too.
Yeah, I had a rough start for sure.
Yeah, so you've grown up a lot, and I'm pretty sure tattooing has been a little bit of a blessing and help you out with the journey.
110%. Yeah, it's helped me so much.
Cool, cool. Because that's one thing that I noticed in tattooing. You walk to all different walks of life. You may be 20, but you have the mentality of a 40-year-old. Because you tattoo all these people, that you're getting all this information. You may not have the years into it, but you know information that the average 25-year-old doesn't have. In case you didn't know, that's one
Me?
thing that I would tell some of my coworkers or my artists. You're gonna grow real fast in this fucking job, and just mainly from the experience of meeting different people, different ages. You're forced to tattoo a 40-year-old or a 50-year-old, and you're getting to know details of what happens in that age group and stuff like that. What kind of troubles are they going through? Yeah, that's what I noticed about tattooing. That's my experience. It's really hard for me to leave it. Want to leave it, but uh, too hard. Clients keep coming, finding me, and I want to retire on this fucking thing.
Tired of tattoo chairs that squeak, wobble, and feel like you're tattooing on a folding lawn chair from 1982? Say goodbye to imported pain and hello to the Chariot Tattoo Chair, the only throne fit for an artist and their canvas. Crafted right here in the good old US of A, the Chariot Tattoo Chair is more American than a bald eagle riding a Harley through a fireworks show. No tariffs, no shipping delays, just pure economic freedom. We're talking lumbar support that'll cradle your client's spine like it owes them money, armrests that adjust faster than your last relationship, and a 360-degree swivel that'll have you spinning like a DJ at a block party. Stop torturing your back and your client's dignity. Upgrade to the Chariot Tattoo Chair because your art deserves better than a glorified bar stool. The Chariot Tattoo Chair. Sit proud, ink loud.
Welcome to Graffiti City, your one-stop shop for graffiti supplies. From spray paint to markers, caps, and merch, we've got it all. Let's get creative. GraffitiCityNV.com.
So, do you have any questions for me? Anything you'd like to know or find out?
How long have you been in Reno?
Well, I immigrated from Mexico all the way into Reno, so I've been here since '79.
Nice.
I got to see the city grow.
My mom was born around that time.
Oh, yes, I'm very old.
Oh, sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't mean it like that.
No, it's okay. No, yeah, and I was 10 when I crossed the border, so it was a fun little experience,
What was that?
sneaking into the country.
What was that like?
I said, well, For me, it was fun because, we knew we were going to cross to another country. We knew that we were doing bad, or even though we were a little kid, but we didn't understand. But I crossed with my two other brothers, Francisco and Manuel, my two older brothers, and then we had kind of like chaperones. My sister's father-in-law and one of my uncles. We all traveled to the border. We spent the night at in Tijuana and Mexicali, which is the city with Calexico and Mexicali. I think those two are the sister cities, one in Mexico, one in and the US. And then one night they told us, hey, take a shower, put on some nice clothes. We're going to go out to dinner. We went out to a restaurant. We sat down. We ate. They wanted us to look decent, real nice. And then the border is like right there. And there was a big hole in the fence. There was this construction thing that just grabbed the whole fence and destroyed it.
Oh wow.
And then when we finished eating, the guy said, "Okay, let's go over here." And we knew that was the line, and we crossed. And he said, "Hey, I'm gonna take you guys to another restaurant." So he didn't want us to look suspicious. We just crossed into the city, into the U.S. city, and we walked through another place and make it look like we're part of the city. And he told us, "Hey, don't, we're not crossing yet. We haven't done it." We're like, "Yeah, we already have crossed." But he's like, "Don't get nervous, just keep going." Then we went and spent the night in this shady ass hotel. I mean, you could tell this fucking hotel was shady and it was being used for human smuggling. And then in the morning they came, we slept the night there, and in the morning they came, a big white car, took us all, and then they left the two in a restaurant and they crossed us and left us in a McDonald's. So I think it was a McDonald's. That was the first time I ate McDonald's.
Wow.
And then he went back and picked up the other people, put them on the trunk of the car, and crossed them. But if he would have got busted, we would have been abandoned right there at that restaurant.
No.
So luckily he came and grabbed us, and then he took us to Barstow, California, because I remember the desert, and we spent the night at another people's place, and I could tell that we were not welcome. The teenagers like, what are these kids doing here? And why are you always bringing this fucking people? We could tell that they didn't like us. They gave us breakfast and they drove us all the way to Reno.
Wow.
Next thing you know, I got to spend my 10th birthday with my dad. That was the first time I saw my dad. I was 10 years old when I first saw my dad. So, I wanted to see my dad. I didn't even know what he looked like.
Yeah.
And my mom, would describe him. Well, we had a couple of pictures, but I wanted to see my dad because of immigration. I didn't have that first 10 years of my life with my father.
Huh.
And then we signed up for school, and within a year, we knew the language. Most of my family, we got our green cards through the MST of Ronald Reagan. He signed an MST, so we were able to get our green cards. And then 10 years later, we applied for a citizen. So I'm actually a citizen of this country.
That's
You know?
amazing. That's amazing.
I became a citizen. I became a business owner. I lived the American dream, to tell the truth. I think, we broke the ice. We got to know you a little bit. I'm glad that you were able to come on on such short notice. I didn't even expect it. When I saw the thing, I'll do it right now. Fuck, I guess I was editing another video. I was editing a video that I'm working on right now. So I'm like, all right, I can go over to my friend's house and do this quick podcast. And I want Rain to get her stuff out there. I want people to know her, and if you can, send me the links to your Instagram, your photographer, anybody that you want to promote, so I can put it on the video, either to the video or put it on the links.
I
in
will.
the
Yeah.
description. Is that cool?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go too, because my wife is. I think we're gonna have. We were supposed to have dinner, and I just kind of left the house. Hey, I got something to do, and it's like, where are you going? Gotta go to the shop, and then I'll come back. I gotta go to UPS also. I got an order for gloves, so I gotta go drop off a box. Of course, I don't want to tell her, hey, I'm gonna do it. I'm over here in the back of the tattoo shop at Tidaway Tattoo. I'm supposed to plug in Tidaway Tattoo on Naughty Boulevard. Come check out Jay and his crew, or anybody, and also check out, if you're in Tucson, Arizona, what's the name of your shop, girl?
Sphynx Inks. You can check my Instagram out at Sphynx Inks. You can check my Instagram out at Rain Stabs or the shop's Instagram at Sphynx Inks Tucson.
Okay. All right. We'll call it a day. Is that cool?
Yeah, good to talk to you.
Oh, good to talk to you too. I'm glad, and hopefully it wasn't. I was just as nervous as probably you were. I'm like, man, I don't. What the fuck am I gonna ask her? You know,
You
we're concentrating on some murals. Me and my friend are going to do some murals later on today. You know, we've been planning. You
Right.
know, I got a homie who's got a graffiti store,
Cool.
Graffiti City and me, and I go do murals with him when I'm not tattooing, when I'm not doing podcasting. But all right, I'm gonna say goodbye, you guys, everybody. I hope you like rain. I hope you like this podcast. So, subscribe and like, or send us a message. Let me know how I can improve my podcast. What kind of questions maybe I can ask, and I'm gonna grow with this one way or another. I'm gonna make my business happen again. All right, you guys have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.
Let me start the record.
Cool. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. It was awesome.